right. See if we are rocking here, man. Ampute it. Let me know you're rocking out, man. I'm on a delay, so let me... Oh, now they want to throw me an ad, too. Thank you, YouTube. But I think I'm going to have to go live right now. Thank you, though. Throw me ads now, of all times. Hey! What up? What up, Ampute it? Let me know if you got me, guys. I got good playback on my end. We good? All right, I got good playback on my end. Let me know if I'm cracking mics or fucking too amplified. I'm burning up the stream. I'm going to put in the earbuds if you don't mind. Take off the noise canceling, bass boosting Sonys. Put on the earbud. What's up, everybody? How you doing? BC is live, man. This is no pre-record. BC is live. Congrats to my, I gotta give a salute. It was a long, busy day. Forgive BC. We ain't doing coffee right now. We popping a little bit of bubbly if you don't mind. Salute to my Green Bay Packers, man, for that ass whooping. No, I can't even lie. We barely skated by beating the Dallas Cowboys. We should have lost that game because we absolutely fucking sucked this season. But salute to my Green Bay Packers. Guys, I'm going to stick with you for at least about a half an hour, man. This is not going to take that long. Like I said, I just got back not too long ago. I wanted to do the whole first hour of Raw live with you guys. It's just not going to happen. I have way too much to do to that point. And that includes at least a half an hour with you guys right now. And then I have to do the whole 3 hours of notes with a couple of phone calls in between, some other business. So, guys, it's not going to be an hour-long watch-along, but I will be with you guys tomorrow, hopefully live for the whole review of Monday Night Raw. Sound good? Good? All right, then that's what we're going to do, man. I want to go over a few stories right now with you guys, man. Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, Elias, Damage Control, all the latest fallout as we go into Monday Night Raw. JR9, you good, man? You gotta skip out. I think I read something. JR9, feel better, brother. I caught the tail end of it, man. I was trying to go live. But JR9, hopefully all is good, man. Thank you guys, man. Smash that up. I'll be with you guys at least for a half an hour. Salute to every single one of you guys, man. On 22 minutes of notice, going live with BC. And we just put out a video a few hours ago, man. Over 2,600 live views already. You guys are smashing the fuck out of that. So after this, if there's still some time before Raw, or if Raw sucks, go check that video out, man. We go live. Well, I mean, not totally live. BC was fucking live. It was like 7 a.m. and I'm cutting an hour-long video for you guys. And we covered everything, brah. Everything. Most of you guys have probably saw that video. You know how much we covered in that. We made people cry because we talked truth about Triple H. Nobody wants to do that these days. Everybody wants to coddle his fucking balls. Carlos, good to hear, man. JR9, go whoop ass, brother. Get better. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Guys, a little bit of news up front, man. Now that we got introductions out of the way, Kevin Owens is possibly hurt. We're going to find out tonight, right? If he's in a segment wrestling, then the reports we're hearing weren't that accurate. But we are hearing reports that this past Sunday, for Sunday Stunner, the live event, Kevin Owens was injured, either a sprained or possibly even worse, I can fucking speak, a tear of the MCL, which is not good. That's the fucking knee, and there's main components to that leg, right? The ACL, the MCL, and then there's one other thing, a meniscus. So at least it wasn't all three, right? Logan Paul fucked up all three recently. But Kevin Owens is possibly fucked up for the remainder of the year. So any plans they had for War Games could be in huge jeopardy. If Sami Zayn was going to be added to the Bloodline, and then Kevin Owens was going to be added to the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre, Well, that just got altered, and then we got to start asking, well, who the hell is going to take his place? Is it going to be Bongos McGee, Scooters McGee, fucking Matt Riddle? I'd be okay with it because serious Riddle is the best Matt Riddle. I cannot stand comedy Matt Riddle. I can't. When he's scooting around, when he's playing his bongos, when he's acting like a stepchild to Daddy Randy, I can't stand that Matt Riddle. But when he's on fire, man, when he's serious, this dude is probably one of my favorite dudes in pro wrestling. Unfortunately, we just see too much fucking comedy and not enough of the serious Riddle. But him in War Games would fit. You just got to get serious. And with 16 nights away, I don't know if WWE would do that shit. I just think Triple H is scrambling right now. It was hilarious, guys. Not hilarious. And first of all, let me put a bow on this. To Kevin Owens, we hope he's good, man. We hope that the reports are as less or at least extreme as possible. I hope it's just a sprained MCL, not a tear. And I hope he can be back quick. It doesn't look like he's going to be a part of Survivor Series if this report is accurate. And if you're wondering, guys, at the Stunner event where Kevin Owens got injured, he actually pinned Austin Theory. That's right, the guy who was just fucking the sprinkle on top. The burial was complete Monday night. And then Triple H said, well, we're going to have you go to the live events this weekend, and we're going to have you continue to take L's. If you guys are wondering, he is now 7 wins out of his last 50 matches. That is a 14% winning percentage. Austin Theory has only won 7 matches out of his last 50. He has lost 43, and he has won 7. He has a 14% winning percentage. That's not buried, Beasley. Okay. I don't know. Then I no longer know what the fucking definition is because it looks like fucking Triple H is totally fucking gave up. And now we're going to find out. We're going to find out tonight if Triple H actually listens to us because the backlash has been extreme. Tonight, Austin Theory has to be booked out of that burial. You cannot wait another week or another month. Austin Theory tonight has to dig out of that burial. Corey Graves said it perfectly. He said, whatever happens between now and Survivor Series is going to mean everything. Because if he's not out of that burial before Survivor Series, Corey Graves is like, then we have to actually worry. Because then you have to start thinking, can this character even ever come back, even with a rehaul? And you see Corey Graves saying how he's befuddled. He was frustrated while he was calling the action for Austin Theory. And then Elias, the locker room was actually speaking out against Triple H this week. I love it. Not because we have any animosity toward H. It's because we have to hold him just as accountable as we did Vince and Kennedy McMahon. Guys, did you see what Elias said on the bump this week? Elias was like, it was bizarre what he witnessed. And then he called out the booking of Triple H. He said, but wait a second. It was an open challenge. So forget the fact that it's a mid-card title. Why wouldn't he just wait till he just gets a main title, Roman Reigns, in a compromised position? Logan Paul fucking damaged him up pretty good at Crown Jewel. But anyway, he's going to wrestle plenty of times before WrestleMania. So it doesn't make him look good at all. Then Triple H added a botch on top of a botch. He had it done during an open challenge in which nobody actually accepted. The bell never rang. Triple H just put a botch on top of a botch on top of a botch to the point where his own talent had to fucking call him out. And you gotta think, guys, is Elias being punished? I gotta find out what Elias does tonight. Because Elias was pulled from his matchup tonight. There was supposed to be a tag match. Elias and Bongos McGee, Matt Riddle, versus Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy. But the match has been changed just a couple of hours ago to just Riddle versus Gable, a match we've seen a couple of times already in the past, by the way, but we'll act, because it's Triple H, we'll act like we never saw it before. Deal, guys? We have to act like Triple H is putting together an immaculate show, and it just takes time because of Vince's wrongs. Vince created so many wrongs, it's going to take a good year, Beasley. Okay, so we'll continue to play a fucking game of this show sucks. And we'll continue to talk about the tiniest of changes. Did you see the name? Did you see the name that came back? Somebody got their name back. And then Mia Yim came back. And Candice LeRae. And Sarah Logan. And somebody else that nobody's going to remember in a fucking month because they're already booked into obscurity. Mia Yim, you heard crickets. Candice LeRae, you got to put her on a milk carton already. We don't even know if she's still around. She just debuted 2 months ago. Johnny Gargano, Dexter Loomis. Tell me they're booked correctly, bro. Go ahead. I'll fucking wait. The Dexter Loomis storyline fucking fell just as fast as it came. Oh, I tell you, man. I gotta tell you. Triple H it seems like he's just panicking right now with 16 days before Survivor Series, and he's trying to throw together a card. Well, I'll tell you where he can start. Start with fucking helping out the person you really buried last week, Austin Theory. He took 2 more L's this weekend at live events to Kevin Owens. Now it looks like Kevin Owens is injured. He got the bad mojo from Triple H's bullshit booking. Right through proxy, Kevin Owens got the bad mojo. But now fucking you gotta wonder, because Elias, thank you, Josh95. I appreciate that, man. I try to spit nothing but facts. You know, there's times where we agree and we disagree and we give our opinions, and then there's just calling out bad botched booking, right? We used to do it with McMahon all the time. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. He's correcting wrongs. He needed to do this. He wants a rehaul. He's looking at next year. Doesn't fucking matter. He botched massively. There's a billion ways you could have went about business if you wanted to do what he wanted to do. And this was the wrongest way imaginable. And now we have to fucking be honest, because now we have to help Theory get back. It's that simple. The talent is standing up and saying that this was bizarre. They were furious, is what Corey Graves said. Elias says it was bizarre. And Elias is now pulled from this tag match. Is it punishment? We have to find out tonight what Triple H has in store for Elias. Wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if fucking Corey Graves, Elias, and whoever else questioned Triple H's booking Monday night? Wouldn't it be something if they're all being punished? But there's 16 nights before War Games Survivor Series. Guys, I gotta be honest with you. What's the card? I don't even have JR9 because he's under the weather. Does anybody have the full card? 16 nights away of War Games. Not what we think it's gonna be, because the men's match isn't even official yet. They don't even have all the participants. We have a 4-on-4 so far, and then we think by next Friday we're going to have an official match. Maybe they try to make it tonight. They switch over the Raw guys. I have no fucking idea, man. What's the, with 16 nights away, this feels like it's a McMahon-produced show. I know we get the name War Games, and that's what Triple H is going to try to sell the excitement on, right? We're getting War Games. War Games is just going to end up like Triple H, what he did to Money in the Bank. Or what Vince McMahon did to Hell in a Cell. War Games is just going to be 2 fucking rings with a cage around it. I mean, we're going to fucking dilute that shit. War Games when it was in WCW? Fucking epic. Oh, man, I tell you. What's the fucking matches, Ben? Does anybody even know the matches? All right, so there's no announced matches for Survivor Series? Is that what you guys are telling me? Nobody has the announced match. There's nothing then. Ronda and Shotzi is a match. That's right. Ronda versus Shotzi. I believe the women are not even going to have a women's title match. They're just going to be in War Games. The same ladies we've been seeing fighting for 4 months. Damage Control and Nikki, or Nikki's part of Damage Control maybe now. And they're going to be taking on Alexa and Asuka and Bianca and fucking who knows who else. Ronda versus Shotzi. Is that it? Seth versus Finn for the U.S. title is tonight. I don't think that's for War Games. I think they're announcing that for tonight. Rollins versus Finn Balor. I don't know who the fuck the heel is there. Seth Rollins is slowly turning into a face. It doesn't even feel like it. Just because everyone's singing his song. Last week, he looked like a fucking heel. I don't fucking know what they're doing with Rollins, bro. But yeah, Bloodline versus Brawl. Marie, that's not even official yet. Bloodline versus the Brawlers for War Games. That's not even official. We can't even give H any props on that. That's being rushed. And we hope that within the next week, with at least 1 week before Survivor Series, we're hoping that match will be made official. Not like I give a fuck about it, to be honest, but Yeah, exactly. Seth Rollins is basically still a fucking tweener. Just literally last week, he's still throwing heel jabs at the crowd. It's so fucking odd what they're doing with him. He doesn't feel like a face to BC. His character screams heel. He came up with a new song that we go, oh, 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 and then all of a sudden he became a face. I'm not even kidding you guys, man. The face turn was so anticlimactic that a lot of fans are wondering what the fuck is Rollins doing. Nobody even fucking knows what Seth Rollins is anymore. It's so fucking odd. In the process, they're trying to turn Lashley. It looked like heel last week, but it didn't really, because Austin's a heel, and Rollins is slowly going that face route, I guess. So Lashley didn't ultimately turn heel. Triple H's booking makes me want to put my dome piece into a brick fucking wall, just like Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I don't know. Triple H turns people horribly. Horribly. It's so fucking confusing. Who's the faces and who's the heel? What is Bobby Lashley? Not what we think. Not what they have him on the fucking roster sheet. Oh, well, he's labeled here as a heel. I'm talking about who feels like they're a face and a heel in this whole situation. This whole U.S. title probably needs to be dosed up with the fucking 24/7 title at this point, unfortunately. Because it's been booked into the fucking porta potty. Gruss512, then where is the face turn, I'm asking, Gruss. It's not like Bobby Roode, because at least I knew when Bobby Roode did the turn. I don't know where the face turn was with Rollins. He was still throwing jabs last week at the crowd. I don't understand what is supposed to make us go, we like him now. We're singing his song. Can anybody fucking... I don't know what he's doing, bro. Yo, Jimmy Fingers 19. It's been a minute since I've seen Jimmy Fingers up there. I'll get to that super chat in a second. But before I go off the air, Jimmy Fingers, I assure you, dude. But anyway, man, my point is that Triple H is just running right now. He just seems to be running around backstage with his fucking, I don't know, I was going to say with his dome piece cut off, but maybe his nose is just cut off, right? Without that thing leading the way, maybe H doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, right? Somebody cut fucking some of that big schnoz off. But he's running around backstage, and it looks like he's in over his head, bro. He keeps bringing people back. Well, hunky fucking dory. Why did you just bring Mia Yim back out of nowhere where the crowd was going to be like, who's that? Maya Yim? Who's Maya? Mia? Why does she feel special, man? Candice LeRae's already gone. She came a couple months ago. She hasn't been seen since. She got attacked a couple of weeks ago by Damage Control. She hasn't been seen since. Johnny Gargano, fucking awkward booking with a whistle. What the fuck is Johnny Gargano doing with that damn whistle? This is the best that Triple H has? Give it time. Basically, he's trying to correct Vince's wrongs. Well, gee, why didn't you tell me? Take 2 more years, H. We'll continue to wrap our dome pieces around shitty fucking wrestling that we've been seeing for 10 years. Take your fucking time, buddy. Take your fucking time. Basically, it's years and years of mistakes. What do you fucking... It takes a fucking moment to get a notepad and a pen and look at your roster and say, these people need to be booked correctly. You're not moving mountains, guys. Why does it take a year for Triple H to correct bad booking? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean it takes a while? What do you mean? Anybody? What do you mean it takes a while? What are you fucking talking about? It takes a notepad, a pen, and a little bit of effort. Damante, it's not going to happen because fans went all in with Triple H. So that would be admitting their own defeat. Right? Whenever something really good happens, they need to go on social with that Triple H meme, and he looks up, and his eyes go up, and Triple H grins a little bit. You know that meme? And everybody goes, W. Papa H, W. Oh, but when he does those L's like Austin Theory and all the returns that he's brought back with no direction, oh, quiet, crickets. Where's all the Papa HWs? They don't want to admit that they're wrong. Is it a little better than Vince McMahon's WWE? Absolutely. Is it that much better? Nope. Not even close. In fact, we've seen with Triple H that he doesn't get better over time, just like NXT. He starts to get overwhelmed. He starts to panic. He starts to become alarmed. He starts to become uneasy, and he starts to implode from within. It's Triple H learning from Vince McMahon, and he doesn't know no other way. Guys, I don't know if you guys caught my earlier video. I just put it out a few hours ago. A lot of you guys did. It was over 2,600 views real time. So I appreciate that, man. That took off really good. I expect that to be well over 3,250 by the end of the night. And in that, I told you guys that a lot of people that have worked with Triple H are now coming out and saying that he never really had great ideas backstage. He was never one. He was always in the writers' meetings. He never really had great ideas that people ended up running with. And everybody likes to point at those years in NXT and say, whoa, he created the NXT. No, Dusty Rhodes created the foundation of NXT, guys. That was Dusty Rhodes. Vince McMahon put Dusty Rhodes in that position, and Dusty knocked it out of the park with a grand slam. And then H picked up the fucking puzzle pieces that were already laid down by Dusty. And Triple H already saw where the landscape of wrestling was, and he knew he had an easy out right there cuddly on the network. So Triple H could do a lot of bells and whistles and only produce 5 matches on a takeover and all those things that would be fucking swell if WWE could do that and that didn't have the third hour or even a second hour. You know, a lot of that was when NXT had about 1 hour, guys. 1 hour is what Triple H had to work with. And he had the talents like the Sasha Bankses and the Baileys and the Shinsuke's and the Owenses, and they just had to go out and do what they do. But then you saw what happened when there was adversity. You saw what happened with adversity. When Tony Khan and the new kids came up to play in school, Triple H imploded. He got overwhelmed. He started to panic. He started to make bad decisions. And before you knew it, somehow NXT, which never drew a dime, by the way, even in the successful NXT days, NXT was always never drawing a dime. Somehow Triple H found a way to lose money. And the ratings started to tank. And Tony Khan and AEW were whooping his ass. So what happened, guys, is you gotta hit the bricks. You gotta get Das Boot. USA Network and Vince McMahon had to make a change. Triple H failed. So I don't want that to happen with WWE. I'm saying history usually repeats itself. If you want to be honest, critique Triple H honestly. You don't have to always compare him to Vince McMahon, but you can call out shitty booking. We're seeing very questionable booking where the people that were already on the roster need proper booking, and Triple H's response was, let me bring up everybody that got released. I don't have direction for anybody, but let me bring them all back. I'll change a few names. Everybody will go, wow, Papa HW. I'll do weird shit like the Austin Theory thing because I just don't like him. Right? It's hilarious when people go, do you guys remember he's a Triple H guy? He's not a Triple H guy. He brought him into NXT and then he tried to get rid of him. One of the first people that Triple H was willing to give Vince McMahon was Austin Theory. Don't you guys remember? His first stint on the main roster didn't last long. There were some issues. He had to go back. But Triple H gave a list of people that he did not want Vince to take yet. He gladly handed over Austin. Austin went back. Triple H basically begged Vince McMahon to take Austin back. And what happened? He came right the fuck back to the main roster. And what happened when Triple H took over the fucking booking of Austin Theory? He got even worse. And then we saw what happened on Monday. And then afterwards, this weekend, he's taken more L's. Austin Theory is currently at a 14 winning percentage, 14%. He has won his last 7 matches out of 50, which means he has lost his last 43 matches out of his last 50. But he's a Triple H guy. Triple H doesn't care about Austin Theory. He doesn't like Austin Theory. Triple H is one of those guys where, just like we said about Vince, you better hold him accountable. If he doesn't like you, you're being booked into the shitter. You are being booked into irrelevancy. You are being fucking laughed at. You are being ridiculed. You are going to be an embarrassment. Triple H plays the good guy now. Triple H is a hardcore asshole in the grand scheme of it all. And trust me, it takes one to fucking know one. Triple H has done some of the douchiest things I have ever seen in pro wrestling. And I'm not even talking about kicking his girlfriend China to the side so he can marry the boss's daughter. I'm not even saying he's always tried to kiss ass to powers that be, whether it was William Regal or The Click or Vince McMahon or Stephanie, Ric Flair. No, he always played the role of the ass kisser so he could be in good with everybody. I'm not even talking about that, bro. I'm not even talking about burying people up front, trashing people backstage like the CM Punks and the Jeff Hardys and the John Morrisons because he could not stand all of them. I'm not even talking about any of that. Triple H has done some of the douchiest things ever, and I'm supposed to just forget it and go, I don't care what he does. Let's just praise Papa. Papa, good job, man. Take a year, take 2 years, and correct Vince's wrongs. You're in the wrong podcasting world right here, bro. You must be talking about somebody else. This is the Amplified channel. You got it mixed up. You see what you did? That's okay. Just see yourself to the fucking door. You found the wrong podcast because we don't fuck around here, bruh. We don't fuck around here, bruh. We come hard, we come legit, we come amped, we come to fuck shit up. What? To fuck shit up, what? To level motherfuckers off, what? To do shit, what? To call it like it is. That's what we come here to do. What? To tell the truth. What? Honesty. What? The amplified, bona fide motherfucking truth to the most amplified of measures. If you can't handle it, then you're not contributing to professional wrestling. You're just part of the problem, not the solution. You're not part of the solution. You're just going to coddle this dude's balls every time he does something fucking fairly all right. And if he fucks up, you're just going to say, well, at least it's better than Vince. At least it's better than Vince. Why is everyone bashing Papa? Why are you bashing Papa? It's better than Vince. Shut up, Beasley. Hey, Beasley, shut up. Fuck you, Beasley. It's better than Vince. I don't even give a fuck anymore. You crave Vince McMahon's attention, evidently. Stop fucking comparing it and just say what happened Monday is absolute turmoil. What is happening with everybody's booking, being 50-50 booked into irrelevancy, is bullshit. It is baffling. Please be honest. Oh, I'm not having it tonight, man. I'm not having it. Oh, boy. I am not having it tonight, man. And you know the funny thing is, because I went on these rants about Triple H for so many times, I don't even have shade to Triple H, man. I hope the best for Paul Levesque. I hope his fucking ticker is good. I hope he succeeds so we can all get better wrestling. I do. Everything I have seen from this guy so far seems like a guy who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Or he's just on the phone 24 hours a day with Vince, and together they're coming up with this shitty product. I don't fucking know. But we are 16 nights away from Survivor Series War Games, and you guys are telling me there's only one match on the card. Shotzi, who just won a fucking six-pack challenge, which, by the way, is Vince McMahon booking. If you want to keep comparing the two, then why don't you call Triple H out on what he just did this past Friday? He's not creating fun storylines. Man. He just did another Vince McMahon classic, a 6-woman challenge, and Shotzi wins it. Probably because she drives a fucking tank and she's going to be at War Games. Get it? Tank, War Games? Huh, let's do that. And then backstage, Shotzi's like, Ronda has never been in the ring with somebody like me. That's what she told Shayna. You know the problem with that? It's a falsity. It's a lie. It's not true. Ronda Rousey not only has been in the ring with somebody like Shotzi. Ronda has defeated Shotzi in a match. Literally, snapped her arm back and Shotzi fucking tapped out. Quickly. Begged Ronda to get off of her. So what is Shotzi saying that Ronda's never been in the ring with somebody like her? I understand you're trying to sell War Games because you only have 2 weeks to do it, and your fucking boss, Triple H, failed you. He put together a fucking card that has not even been polished off, not even probably penciled in yet. They probably still have half the card not even penciled. They're just hanging on 2 War Games matches. It was funny. Or not funny. You know what? Michael Cole was on Pat McAfee's show this past, a couple days ago, I think it was. And Pat McAfee goes, so what's coming up next? Michael Cole goes, Survivor Series. We're bringing back War Games. And everyone's like, yeah, War Games. Okay. And what do you got planned for the card? McAfee tells Cole. And Cole goes, well, we're still figuring it out, but we're going to have something good for you come next Saturday. It was so embarrassing, man. Like, he literally, on Pat McAfee's live podcast, McAfee was going to try to sell the event. Hey, what's planned? And Michael Cole goes, what? He stutters. He's like, well, we're still figuring it out, but we're going to have something big up for next Saturday. It's going to be War Games. You can't make it up, man. I mean, this is fucking, you have to iron it out. I understand you make all your money at Crown Jewel, right? $50 million for that show. Triple H is going to cash the fuck in because Vince McMahon's going to cash the fuck in. He's got marching orders. Go to Crown Jewel. That's where your fucking bread and butter is. That's your payday. Worry about everything else later. And because Triple H didn't want to put extra effort into it, guess what we have, guys? We have fucking one match announced for Survivor Series. And we're going to get the ladies' War Games match. We're going to get Shotzi and Ronda. That was made Friday from a 6-woman challenge. We're going to get Gunther's fucking title. Gunther's actually going to fucking defend his title against a winner of a bullshit tournament. Another tournament, guys. This one is called the World Cup. And it's got riveting action like Braun Strowman versus Jinder Mahal. That was a real match this Friday. And now everybody's hanging their fucking balls on fucking Ali and Ricochet, right? Nobody even wants to fucking hold Triple H responsible for putting together a lackluster War Games card. Instead, they want to go, I can't wait for the banger, Ali versus Ricochet. We already saw it several times. Because it's H, you're going to get, what, a few more minutes? Are you going to get a few extra suicide dives? Are you going to get some more hurricanranas? Are you going to get a couple more moonsaults? You're going to get a 450? Are you going to get a 780 what the fuck suicide dive mega fucking plancha? I'm sure you're going to get it all. Everything that Ali and Ricochet have practiced in their fucking, on the trampoline in their mom's backyard, you're going to get in this match. Don't count on a good promo to get you excited for the match because Ricochet cannot cut a good promo if his fucking life depended on it. At least Ali can cut a promo. Ricochet, it's like pulling teeth to make him say a sentence that you give a shit about. No, I am not happy with anything that Triple H has been doing. Anything. He brought some people back. I take that back. If you watch live streams like the pay-per-views when we do them live, like Crown Jewel, I gave a standing ovation for Bayley and Belair. Logan Paul and Roman. I mean, I guess I really can't give Triple H too much credit for that. I mean, that's the individuals that received the standing ovation. So maybe I do take that back again. I don't know if he did anything. He brought back some people. We had high hopes. Like Damage Control could have been something. And then he just booked Damage Control so fucking shitty. You would have thought Vince McMahon was booking them. And now, what happened with Austin Theory fucking was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. I'm fucking done, bro. Tonight, he has to open the show, trying to dig Austin Theory out of that burial. I agree with Corey Graves. Between now and Survivor Series, he needs to do something big with Theory. And you only have 16 days to fucking do it, 2 weeks. It has to start the show with Theory digging out of his fucking grave. Gunther is another match that's going to be made because of a World Cup. So you're going to have 2 War Games matches that are literally being ironed out as we speak. It's not even made official. They're trying to find more participants for the men's War Games match. They don't even know who the fuck... Kevin Owens, if he is injured, they got to find a 10th guy now. They didn't even announce Sami Zayn anyway. We have 2 fucking championship matches that are made from Vince McMahon Classics, a 6-pack challenge and a fucking a World Cup tournament. And I don't know what else is going to be on this card. I don't know how you guys are that excited because you're going to get a cage around a ring. 2 rings and a huge cage. Wow. Give it time. H will probably by next Saturday night, Triple H will make that a farce. And speaking of Gunther, I don't know why this was in the news again, guys. It was the 4th big topic that the dirt sheets were talking about today, and it was Gunther. It was this stupid fucking lying WrestleVotes geek who just says a bunch of fucking lies, and they're so minuscule, like they're in the realm that they could easily be truthful. Like everything this WrestleVote says, you could see it happening, so nobody questions this idiot. He never actually delivers breaking news or anything of relevancy. And many months ago, he did a lie where he fucked himself over because he didn't do his research. And he claimed that Gunther was set for a burial by Vince McMahon after July 4th. And that whole thing with R-Truth. The problem with that is that he didn't do the research. Vince McMahon was so high on Gunther. Vince McMahon loves Gunther. Walter. The name change we looked at as, what the fuck are you doing? You're hurting this guy. Vince actually thought he was going to help this dude out. And the name has actually stuck for a lot of people. They're okay with it now. But you look at his booking under Vince McMahon. Gunther was on his way to the races. Gunther became champion because of Vince McMahon. And then this idiot came out with a report going, sources are telling me Vince is close to burying Gunther. Somebody want to tell this fucking goof that Vince McMahon is so high on Gunther that he's on a winning streak and he's a current champion? And all the actual reputable reports that we received was Gunther is going to the moon, baby! Does anybody want to fucking tell this fucking goofball WrestleVotes? This fucking goof just says the dumbest fucking shit. I wish I could listen to this. Listen to this. This is what this guy who people for some reason say he's an inside source. This is a quote. Gunther is going to be around for a long time. He's got real potential as a heel, and he's going to be here for 10 to 12 years. He's going to open up shows, and he's going to close some shows, but he's just going to be a solid match every night, and that's what Hunter sees in him right now. Hunter likes him, and he's going to give him a shot. People are starting to understand what he is, and the Clash at the Castle deal with Sheamus helped him. Wow! Thank goodness Wrestle Dipshit told us that he could be a good heel. I could have sworn Vince McMahon told us that when he pushed him to the moon. You moron. This clown literally said he's going to open shows and he's going to close shows, but he's going to be a solid match every night. That's what Hunter sees in him right now. What are you literally his left fucking ass cheek? Are you Paul Levesque's left ass cheek? How the fuck do you know he's going to open and close shows? He's going to be solid for 10 to 12 years. He actually gave his exact years. Did Gunther tell you how many years he was going to be in WWE, 10 to 12? This fucking moron just says whatever comes to his dome piece. I'm going to make up a cool story. Gunther is going to be there for 10 to 12 years. Vince is going to bury him. Hunter loves him. Hunter is going to give him a shot. He literally says the words, Hunter likes him and he's going to give him a shot. As if Gunther was being buried. You fucking moron! What a moron! This guy was being booked to the moon, you fucking idiot. Hunter's going to give him a shot. Thank good. Guys, I slammed Vince McMahon every fucking time he needed it, which was almost every show throughout the show, right? We absolutely fucking, we leveled Vince McMahon for justified reasons. This is just a clown who just gets clicks. This is a clown who puts out clickbait. As long as Vince McMahon's name is attached to it, easy clicks, easy likes. Everyone's going to like it. Everyone's going to click it because it's a Vince McMahon trash story, right? So this dude like, Gunther was going to be buried and Triple H is going to save him. That's literally what this clown said. What a fucking... And all of a sudden, I'm seeing more and more, the dirt sheets especially, they're picking up on what WrestleVotes is talking about. Keep a keen eye for this clown, guys. He's a liar. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Unfucking real, man. Every time I read a report from this fucking idiot, it is just a clown show. Gunther was going to be buried by Vince, and it's thanks to Triple H. He saved the day. The guy's been champion because Vince did that. The winning streak started because of Vince. Vince was high on him. Tell the story the right way. And what the fuck are you coming up with 10 to 12 years? Oh, and by the way, Here's the icing on the cake for anybody that's going, BC, I don't know. He could be a little right. You ready for this? Kaiser has already came out. Imperium has already come out and debunked the story as a total falsity. You guys can go read about it yourself. Imperium has already called out that was nonsense. That was never even an inkling backstage. Not only not heard of it, because you could easily say, oh no, that was a source that told him. No, there was no indication at all. Vince was high on them. Imperium had to come. It's sad when the wrestlers themselves know that a story is so fucking made up and stupid, that they literally have to talk about it and say, guys, by the way, what you're hearing about that is it's laughable, if not sad. Imperium had to come out and actually fucking debunk that story, by the way. But somehow my point is that it became a story again today. BC already debunked that 4 months ago, whenever it first came out. So I don't know how the fuck that became a story again. But I guess we're trying to deflect, right? Because Triple H has been in hot water this week. So now we have to come down on Vince McMahon again out of nowhere. We have to come up with anything. Vince McMahon is shitty. Remember when he was going to do this? Oh, you mean the thing that he was never going to do? Barry Gunther? Oh, yeah. Because Triple H did something really stupid this week. We have to deflect and put it on Vince McMahon, who's just trying to live his best life and fuck some fucking broads right now. He's probably got fucking 6 of them around his little mansion. Good for Vince. Live out the rest of your years the way you want to, dude. Whatever. Oh, bro. Anyway, guys, I think I fucking ranted enough. I wanted to keep you guys here a half an hour. That did not happen. And I just yelled a lot. Over 100 on the ups, man. Even though we've only been live for, 40 minutes, a little less, man. We're headed toward 150 on the ups. Monday Night Raw is going to start in about 25 minutes, roughly. Dude, before I go, I know there were some supers up in here, man. Yeah, that dude was such a clown show, man. I don't know if it's a whole entity like Wrestle Talk. You know how there's a bunch of them? I don't know if Wrestle Votes is 10 fucking people or just one fucking idiot scratching his head going, what can I make up today? I think that Vince was going to bury John Cena. Yeah, John Cena. Luckily, Triple H came out of nowhere and said, kid, I'm going to save you. There was a time where Vince was going to fire Stone Cold and Triple H saved Stone Cold. Well, you can't make this shit up, man. Always be wary with the dirt sheets, guys. You use common sense. These days, people just fucking read it, and then they're like, wow, did you hear? No, think. Common sense, guys. If the guy has the IC title, he's on a winning streak, where the fuck do you think a burial's coming out of nowhere? He's not Triple H booking like Austin Theory. No, that's Triple H booking. Man, I need common sense, man. Everybody has to use that shit. Common sense, right? Stop saying this is awesome for every fucking match. Common sense. Common sense. Yo. Who's the first one? Primo Cologne up in this bitch. What up, Primo? Primo Cologne with that 179 says, BC, Brandon tweeted Raw quarters in a segment did 1.2 mil. Wow, man. 1.2 a segment did. What does that I always told you guys, if Monday Night Raw keeps collapsing and you keep blaming Monday Night Football, right, BC, it's football, man. Everybody watches football. They don't care about wrestling when football's on. No, that's bullshit. You obviously weren't around in the Attitude Era. You did not watch when everybody cared about what they were doing and were producing the best possible television show. Nowadays, they just give up. Triple H phones it in or he just sucks at what he does, but football is going to eat a chunk. It should not be whooping your ass to the point where a segment is doing a 1.2 like Primo Cologne is informing us. And we already know that the show didn't pull much more than a 1.5. You think football's going to go away? Do you think it's going to magically disappear? It's going to be there every fucking year for 16, 17, 18 weeks out of the season. You know what that is? That's more than 4 fucking months. You're going to have holidays. You're going to have presidential speeches and debates. You're going to have big games and playoffs. You're going to have all this. If 40 weeks out of the 52-week calendar year, you're going to just come up with an excuse as to why your rating wasn't high, well, that's all you're doing. You're just making excuses. You're part of the problem, not the solution. Maybe if you were producing a better show, your rating would be better than a 1.5. This might help. This fucking botch by Triple H to Austin Theory might help him this week, right? Everybody is so mind-boggled that they need to tune in this week to see if Austin can come out of the burial. Because Triple H has to do that first thing on Raw tonight in 20 fucking minutes. The first thing I see better be Paul Levesque helping to dig fucking Austin Theory out of his burial. Jimmy Fingers 19. What up, Jimmy Fingers? Welcome back, bro. I haven't seen you in a minute. Jimmy Fingers says, with a 1019, couple of Starbucks, it says, BC, I have been laying low. I don't even know what the topics are, but I just wanted to say what's up to you and the amp unit. Plus, I just hit the like button with the 2007 TNA Guitar Smash. Give it a riveting fucking 2007 TNA Bash Smash. Jimmy Fingers, it's so good to see you up in here, man. Honestly, salute. I know I haven't seen you in the past several live streams, so... I saw when your name popped up, I was like, Jimmy Fingers! I gave you a shout-out before the shout-out, man. Thank you. I wonder what you were. Were you number 140 on the Guitar Smash? On the ups? Let's get that to 150, man. Make Jimmy Fingers proud that guitar shot did not go in vain. Salute, Jimmy Fingers. Thank you, dude. Drink that fucking bubbly, man. Who next? Jimmy Fingers 19 came back with a fucking 2019, bro. Jimmy Fingers came back fucking rocking out. Jimmy Finger says, yes, BC, I think the honeymoon period for Papa H is over. Now that TK is in the toilet, just like Vince, he has no pressure to do better. So ultimately, we are going to have wrestling and that big sniffer on life support again in 6 months. And that big sniffer on life support again in 6 months. We're going to get wrestling. Yeah, you're going to get wrestling action. You're going to get bangers, bro. Jimmy Fingers. You're going to get bangers. Storylines, Triple H can't produce those. He brings people back like Tony Khan. He doesn't know what to do with them afterwards. Jimmy Fingers 19. Yeah, the honeymoon period is absolutely fucking done. Now it's time for Triple H to put up or shut up. Can you do this job or not? This isn't NXT, buddy. This isn't Black and Gold, buddy. This is a 3-hour Raw show. It's 2 hours on Friday night. It's pay-per-views every month. Can you do the job correctly, or are you not that much better than Vinnie Mac? Put up or shut up. Sink or swim, buddy. Use your big fucking nose as a fucking float and float to shore. But just get to shore with some proper booking. That's all we're asking. Jimmy Fingers 19, another salute. Always good seeing Jimmy Fingers 19 up in here, man. DB for life, 10 spot. DB for life. 2-star bucks. It says, the issue with H is he's doing what TK did. He's more focused on signing talents than looking at what he has now and booking them properly. The roster is getting full and the ratings show it as well. Good point, DB for life. More and more wrestlers are coming in. This is a beautiful point, DB for life, because I never correlated the two. I always bring up Tony Khan and what he did, and Triple H doing the same thing. But this is a perfect example of exactly what happened with Tony Khan. Tony brought in all these wrestlers, and their ratings never budged. Not even CM Punk could budge the ratings consistently over 1 million. And Triple H brought out all this talent. Everybody came back, right? Everybody from a Karrion Kross to a fucking Johnny Gargano to a Mia Yim to a Candice LeRae, fucking Dexter Loomis. Did I say Mia Yim? Yeah, fucking Sarah Logan. Everybody. And the ratings are at a 1.5 on Monday Night Raw. Cause of football, basically. But what are you telling me? Okay, well, last year you're looking at a 1.7 around this time, right? So Vince McMahon was better than Triple H. Is that what you're telling me? Triple H produced a 1.7 last week Vince McMahon, produced a 1.7 last year, not last week. 1.7 plus. Triple H pulled a 1.5 plus. Are you telling me that Vince is that much better than Triple H? Right. Was the football game that much better? Or are these shows just not good enough? Perfect example of hiring more talent. The boat is being weighed down to the point where it can't float properly, and now the ratings are sinking with the boat. And Vince McMahon made that comment about TK, remember? Maybe he can sign all of our talent. We saw how good that was in WCW. That was Vince McMahon's statement to Tony Khan. H ended up doing the same fucking thing. And look at the ratings. DB for life. Good fucking point, man. 5 spot. DB for life with another coffee says, I gave the like button a sleeper hold. Passed out and took my scissors out and cut his hair off. Flinged it all over the ring. You gave it DB for life. You ain't gonna fool me, bro. You gave it the Brutus the Barber Beefcake. The Brutus Sleeper, bro. Amp Unit. When DB for Life gave that super chat, did you guys know what he was talking about? Sleeper hold, the fucking haircut, flinging that shit everywhere. That was old school Brutus the Barber Beefcake, bro. DB for Life. I love that. You may have been number 150, bro. Because we are just over 150 now on the ups. We're headed toward 200 live. Trying to get you guys out before Monday Night Raw. So let me keep going through these. DB for Life. Appreciate it, dude. Good to see you up in here, as always. Where are we going here? BXN. CEVSPER. I'm just saying the letters, bro. Hope all is good. Hope that's okay. BXN with a $4.99 coffee. BXN, I appreciate it, dude. BXN says Raw needed to go back to 2 hours. Raw is just 3 hours of nothing. Having TV time like that, I would have mad storytelling and a lot of backstage actions. BXN, exactly what I always say, man. I've been saying this, especially this week. BXN, I talk about how you gotta love this. This is professional wrestling. We grew up loving it. You get to create. You get to create the shows. How are they not having the most fun imaginable on Earth? I have no idea. Instead, it looks like every show is just formulaic. It's redundant, right? A little minor changes with H's, but it's still formulaic. I know when the commercials are coming. The backstage segments come exactly when I know they're coming. It's right back to the ring. It's 2 matches. This one has a few more minutes. It ends up being a banger. Nothing of substance when it's all said and done. 3 hours of literally, like you said, BXN, it's 3 hours of nothing. 3 hours of nothing. Here we are 16 nights away from War Game Survivor Series. We don't even have an ironed out. Not even half the card is finalized. And we're coming up with stupid ways to even make matches. They're not even feuds. Six-pack challenge for Ronda's title. World Cup tournament for Gunther's title. 2 War Games matches. We're just going to throw 10 individuals in there. These aren't feuds. These aren't storylines. They're not. They're just not. BXN, you are exactly correct. And Triple H even admitted the 3rd hour totally makes him want to put his dome piece to a brick wall. He can't. Triple H admitted he doesn't even know what to do with the 3rd hour. That's not good from the guy. A fucking rock star VIP up in this fucking 22 minutes of notice. Because that's all I gave was 22 minutes of notice on a Raw preview live stream. And Jimmy Fingers comes out of fucking nowhere, left field with a hockey stick, and throws RKOs all around. Jimmy Fingers 19 with a 10 spot says, 1019 says, BC, I am pro Bray Wyatt. He is my guy. But I don't want to see any of these alter egos wrestling in Fiend-type masks. I want to see real dudes in that stable getting amplified on the roster. Your thoughts? Jimmy Fingers 19, we kind of talked about this in the past. I don't mind all of that type of pro wrestling. I love the characters. I don't need necessarily the real dudes in 2022. I don't need everybody to wear black tights and just have their face. And I'm okay with characters. Pro wrestling is just outside the box. It's wacky. I can suspend my belief, disbelief, and I can enter the wacky world of pro wrestling. I didn't mind The Fiend at all. Just like I never minded The Undertaker. Listen, there was a time when Doink the Clown went evil, and I actually liked evil Doink. Papa Shango, I was a fan of. I don't know. Maybe there's other guys in masks that you guys remember. Big Van Vader, when he would come down with that fucking mask. I didn't mind that. But Jimmy Fingers 19, it's all about what's the story. Are you making this captivating? Or are we just getting a fucking alter ego dressed up with no direction, and it's not garnering any fucking captivation from us? That's what I worry about, Jimmy Fingers. I absolutely will take all the characters. I want to see a fucking rambling rabbit. I want to see fucking Abby the Witch. I want to see fucking Huskus the Pig. I just want to see a wacky fucking... I want to see Bray Wyatt's world come to life. I absolutely do. It's all the reasons I love Bray Wyatt. So Jimmy Fingers 19, slight difference in our opinions on that one, man. I don't necessarily need to see real dudes, and I think that's where pro wrestling's going, where everything just has to act like it's MMA. We have to act like it's actually a sport when it's not a sport. There's no competition. There's athleticism because there's real athletes, but it's not a sport. This is entertainment. It just is. Everything is rehearsed. Everything is pre-planned. Everything is scripted. You can't treat this like, you know, and now everybody just wants to see bangers, man. Put on the cool wrestling moves. It's not gonna. Pro wrestling is not gonna survive that way. It's never going to. It's got to have characters, man. If we don't have characters, then and if we don't have storylines with those characters, pro wrestling is done. It's sad to say that, but it's done. Prime Killer, 5 spot. What up, Prime Killer? Ted DiBiase kicking the basketball from the kid was more captivating than what we are seeing on Monday Night Raw. You remember that shit? If you don't know what Prime Killer's talking about, back in the day, Ted DiBiase would go up to people out in the world with his bodyguard Virgil and assistant Virgil, and he would offer them money to do the stupidest of fucking things, just to watch them pretty much beg and just embarrass themselves. And then he'd either give you money or he wouldn't give you money. Sometimes he would just fuck with you. So Ted DiBiase went up to a fucking kid and just kicked his fucking ball away, laughed in that $1 million fucking laugh that he does. Oh, man, I miss those segments, man. Prime Killer, I miss primetime television. Do you guys remember primetime television hosted by Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan? And during the show, they would just have a storyline with those two. They're just hosting. But there's a storyline with Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon during the whole hour of primetime television, while we keep going back and forth to matches. That's what I mean. They had fun back in the day, man. Everything had a story. Everything was fun. Nowadays, we just have to make wrestling fun again, bro. And I'm trying to do my best, but everybody just stops and goes, wow, you're negative, man. You scream a lot. You don't like what you're seeing. Just don't watch it, buddy. Okay? Just enjoy wrestling. I'm trying to. We all are. We're trying to get the fucking people in charge to fucking help us enjoy it. That's the fucking point, man. That's the fucking point. That's why we created the channel, to fucking help fucking make it fun. So that people like you don't fucking ruin it. Because you're going to accept everything he dishes out to you. And you'll sit there with a wooden bowl and a wooden spoon going, please, sir, can I have some more? And Triple H will be right there. Of course you can. Of course. Here's some more. Here's some more bullshit. No, I'm not going to fucking sit there and take that shit. Ashley! What up, Ashley Steggles? 179. We, the unit, should run WWE. Ashley Steggles. Push Triple H aside, brother. Let's do this shit. Jack, no doubt, man. Bobby the Brain and Gorilla Monsoon. Prime. Just remember all their skits together. Remember when Gorilla Monsoon fucking Bobby Heenan, he was getting on a boat and Gorilla Monsoon kind of just like left him in the middle of the water. And Gorilla Monsoon ended primetime television. And while the credits are rolling, Bobby Heenan's like, get me out of here! Help! What? I can't stay here forever! Gorilla! Monsoon, help! Oh, bro, I loved. That was the golden era of professional wrestling, bro. Even before the Attitude Era. That was the golden fucking era. Hold on, before I take off, guys, a few more minutes before Monday Night Raw, I got to give a shout out over to Osea Wideman, $9.99. Osea, I hope you caught more than just the tail end, man. We went almost a full hour, Osea. BC only gave 22 minutes of notice. But I'm so glad to see you up in here, Osea Wideman. BC, I might skip tonight's Raw. Oh, man, who am I kidding? Habit and hope, Osea, right? Even if we got a million things that would be better than this show tonight, many of us watch out of habit and hope. Habit because we've been doing it since we were young kids. Hoping that this show gets better. So we're going to keep tuning in, Osea Wideman, habit and hope. But that's funny, though. I tell myself the same thing, Osea. Salute. Let me give you a proper salute, Osea, my tried and true. Jimmy Fingers 19 with another 1019. Jimmy Fingers says, point taken, BC. I should have prefaced my Bray take, meaning I want story and substance. I would pop if Barry Windham is a special advisor in the stable to pay homage to his wrestling family heritage. Jimmy Fingers, you and me both. There's a lot of people talking about how this Uncle Howdy is connected to Barry Windham. And the first time that I thought about it, I was like, yeah, give me that. So, Jimmy Fingers 19, that's something we wholeheartedly agree on. If you can insert somehow Barry Windham into this, it doesn't have to be every week, every show, but somehow insert him into this, bro, I am fucking there. And I pretty much know what you mean, Jimmy Fingers 19. I absolutely agree. If there's no story or substance, then no, all the characters in the world are not going to save Bray. They're actually going to weigh Bray down, just like I say with Triple H signing everybody and you don't have anything for him and it weighs the company down until you finally sink. You don't swim. You can't even float. You sink. Well, if Bray has all these characters and there's no story or substance, well, guess what happens to my boy Bray, to your boy Jimmy Fingers Bray? He ends up sinking. So Jimmy Fingers 19, absolutely with you. And Jimmy Fingers, bro, I got to give you another shout out, man. That's fucking straight up VIP status, bro. Not just the fucking coffees, but throwing some bubbly over to BC. Jimmy Fingers 19. And dude, we could not wrap this up without saying a what's up to Dave Mealy. Dave, so glad you caught the stream, man. 22 minutes of notice, and we're just making this about an hour because Raw's coming on. Good to see you, Dave. Dave Mealy says, my favorite segment from primetime wrestling was when Macho Man Randy Savage asked Mr. Perfect to join him and take on Ric Flair and Razor Ramon. Bobby Heenan's reaction was priceless. Dave, I remember that like it was yesterday because I watched it 314 times. Easily. Dave Mealy, that was one of the best moments in pro wrestling history, man. Mr. Perfect was basically the bitch of Bobby Heenan because Bobby wanted Ric Flair to have another bitch. So Bobby Heenan made Mr. Perfect the bitch. And they were all at the table on Primetime Wrestling. And Macho Man Randy Savage is asking Mr. Perfect to be his partner at Survivor Series to take on Razor Ramon and Flair. And Mr. Perfect is actually like considering it. So Bobby the Brain Heenan says, Nobody goes against Ric Flair's orders. I don't go against Ric Flair's orders. You don't. Mr. Perfect surely doesn't go against Ric Flair's orders. He listens to me, and I listen to Ric Flair. And Mr. Perfect's like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? Nobody speaks for me. And Bobby Heenan says, know your role, basically. And Bobby Heenan smacks the shit out of Mr. Perfect. He smacked the shit out of Perfect. And Perfect grabs him by the tie, and Bobby Heenan is in tears and pissing his pants on his knees, begging that Mr. Perfect does not beat the shit out of him. Perfect looks at the camera and says, Macho Man, I will be your partner at Survivor Series. Goosebumps in 2022. I just got fucking goosebumps from that storyline, and I've seen that 314 times. Thank you, Dave Mealy. I talk about it, and I get so excited about that, and that shit was back fucking 25, 30, 35 years ago. Who knows? Okay, maybe not that long ago. 25 maybe? I don't know. Dave Mealy, bro. Thanks for that fucking memory of old school primetime wrestling. I am with you. One of my favorite memories for sure in all of wrestling, not just that show. Guys, I want to give a shout out to everybody that made this live stream even more special than it was. All of my Super Chat VIPs. DB for Life, BXN, Prime Killer, Ashley Steggles, Osea Weidman, Dave Mealy, and Jimmy Fingers 19, a fucking rock star in today's stream. I haven't seen Jimmy Fingers in the longest, and he came out fucking hitting grand slams on the channel tonight. But to all my super chats, you guys are the best. And over to my actual chat from Carlos. What's up, Carlos Ray? Good to see you, dude. Hopefully everything's good, and I hope JR9 Gaming is back tomorrow. Carlos, Jack, Connie, James Shrimp Fajitas. Keep on rocking, brother. Renee G, DJ is a prodigy. Fury, Sir Charles in this bitch. Anthony Boley, Pile Driver, Marie Applewhite, DeMonte, Eddie Brash, Temby, WWE, AEW Marvel fan. Oh shit, Jimmy Fingers with a 519, a coffee at the tail end. Jimmy Fingers, man. BC, I can't believe you just recited that that Mr. Perfect storyline verbatim. Oh, hold on, let me put that on a bigger screen. Jimmy Fingers 19 says, BC, I can't believe you just recited that Mr. Perfect storyline verbatim. Oh yeah, Jimmy Fingers, I don't fuck around, bro. When I say I'm a tried and true professional wrestling fan from the very beginning, I don't bullshit. I mean, this was and still is a huge part of my life, brother. And I went back. I mean, I watched that growing up. I didn't have the best of households. I didn't have the best of upbringings. You know, I mean, everybody tried, I guess, but I was in the best areas. So pro wrestling was always my escape. And I watched these segments 300, 400 times, bro. It's my I had every single Coliseum home video. Those were VHS. Yeah, I won't even newer wrestling fans are like, what are you talking about? What's a VHS? They don't even know what Coliseum home video is. But Jimmy Fingers 19, I don't fuck around, man. That's when wrestling was golden. And it had nothing to do with my age, by the way, because I was younger. Even the adults that were watching wrestling were captivated back in the day. Captivated. And back then, you had just a lot of jobber matches. You didn't even have Superstar A versus Superstar B, so you could prevent 50-50 booking 118% better than what they do today. And they don't even try to switch up the formula. Anyway, Jimmy Fingers 19. Yeah, you know how we roll, dude. You know that. Santivia Major. Yo, Jared9, man. Thanks for stopping in real quick before Raw. I got to go catch it myself. But I gave you a shout out earlier, Jared9. I hope you're feeling better, dude. Much love and respect. BXN. Appreciate you, BXN. All you guys, man. Jamel, thank you. And guys, I can't get everybody, but I hope to do this again tomorrow. If not live, you guys will definitely get a 3 hour. You are not getting a 3 hour review, bro. Maybe if we are live. You're going to get a whole 3 hour show review. So the 3 hours of Raw, I will have a review. I'm not saying I'm going to be given 3 hours. Let's hold the brakes there. Pump that shit. Much love and respect. Thank you guys, man, for the coffees and the bubblies and then just being up in here and making this fun. It was supposed to be a half an hour. I had a lot of fun, so we extended that over a fucking hour. That's what we do. Much love to you guys, man. Renee, Mikkel, Jared9, again, get better, brother. BC, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We will shoot the shit. Actually, yeah, that could be an early live stream. I don't know. We'll see. Check you. We'll see. Maybe. Oh, shit. Raw's already on. Go catch it, man. Austin Theory better be dug out of that burial.